got me like.
Hi guys, so welcome back, and basically today I have not done a vlog, so I thought I would make a video about something else instead of doing a vlog. The reason why I haven't done a vlog today is because I haven't had the chance. I've been busy, I've been working and that lot, and quite frankly I haven't had anything to vlog. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video instead for you guys. And by the title you might already know what this video is going to be about. Now, you don't have to watch this video because it might be quite long. I'm not too sure because I haven't done it all yet, but yeah. And basically the video is going to be about how the internet works. Now, this applies to anything on the internet, whether it be a website, whether it would be a Skype call, whether it would be anything really to do with the internet. And I'm going to be telling you guys how the internet works. But before I start talking about that, I just want to talk about why you should know this, what's this to me and what lot, like why should I know this knowledge. So I'm going to answer those questions now. Basically, the reason why you should know this is, let's say in the future you own a company, you want to set up a computer system, then you're going to need to know how to network these computers and what you're doing and why you're doing it and what lot. And the next reason, it might come in handy if let's say a problem goes wrong with your internet at home, you can fix it doing this. You might be able to solve the problem or understand what's going on. So that's a bit of background of why you should know how the internet works and stuff like that. So firstly, I'm going to go into your local network. So your local network is all the computers in your house hooked up to your router. All of you should know what your router is. It's the little box somewhere in your house, normally near the ADSL plug, the little phone line plug, where you plug it into your router, and then yeah, it's what has the username and password for your internet and whatnot. Now, this box basically, it works like a hub for your house. It provides your internet for every single device in your house, whether it'll be through wireless internet, where you have your mobile phone like this one, and then you just connect this to your internet wirelessly, or whether you have an Ethernet cable. I'll quickly show you what an Ethernet cable looks like, if I have one somewhere around here handy. I'm not too sure I do, but I might have one over there somewhere. No. Basically, an Ethernet cable is like a little plug, and you plug it into the side of your computer or in the back of your computer, and it provides internet through a cable. And that way your internet is a bit faster and like that, because it doesn't have to go through airwaves and stuff like that, and you're more likely to not lose a connection and stuff. It also works good if, let's say, you're far away from the router and you can't get signal to it through the wireless internet, and obviously you need internet in that place, so you can use the Ethernet cable. Basically, whenever you plug or connect a device to that router, something called a DNS, domain name system, on your router will automatically apply each individual device with something called an IP address. IP address, standing for Internet Protocol, basically is like an identification system, like an ID for that device. And so it will be like several digits, bit like, let's say 192.168.1 or 0.0, depending on your router, and then point, and then another one. Like, you can test this by, if you go to 192.168.1.1 into your browser, then it should bring up your router internet screen and that lot, so you can like play around with the settings for your router and that lot. Or some other ones like my one at home, uses 192.168.0.1. Now in our, what the hell was that? I don't know. So in our home, we don't actually use the wireless internet on our router. We actually have a separate box for our wireless internet. It just makes our internet a lot quicker and a lot more available throughout the house. Just because, like, here in our house, like, we rely on the internet. We have like servers which are over there. If you watch my vlogs, you'll be able to see, which need constant internet and fast connections. So you all guys can go to josephbailey.me or zeppelinwarriors.com, which are a few of my websites which run from the servers at home. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, DNS. Now, whenever you connect these devices, as I said, it gets an IP address, those numbers, and these numbers are important because if, let's say, two computers both had the same IP address, then things would go bad. Each computer would get mucked up, it wouldn't be able to work properly and that lot, because as soon as you start sending information to one of those computers which has the same IP address, how does it know which one to give the information to? So that's why they all need their individual IP address. Now, it also works for other things, like connecting to that device from outside the network, and I'm going to go into that a bit more in a sec. But firstly, I just want to talk about what DNS is and that lot, because DNS just isn't in your home. It's also everywhere. It's basically what makes the internet work. Without DNS, the internet would literally collapse. It wouldn't work at all. So DNS, domain name system, basically, if you know what a domain is a URL. So that word which you type into your browser, so let's say facebook.com or google.com or I don't know, other websites like twitter.com, all of them are domain names. And now these domain names have to find a way to get through to their IP address, because each domain name actually has its own IP address, and for it to work it needs to be able to go through to different servers owned by ISP companies. These are the companies which you pay money to provide internet to you and all that lot. Now these companies are also linked up to other companies where they own the TLDs, top level domains. Now these top level domain companies basically provide the .coms, .co.uk's, .net, .org, all of those little URLs. Now for one of them you can't actually buy them, buy a custom one, because you have to have a proper company to do that. But you can buy the bit at the beginning, like either like Facebook and then that dot something. Now a root server is the main server throughout the whole world for domains and that lot, the DNS system. And now this root server is actually located at, if you type into your browser google.com dot, yes there's another dot, if you type in google.com dot, then it will actually take you to google.com, because that dot actually represents the root server for all domain names. Now where does the root server send you when you want to get to a website? How does it know where to go? Well, the root server doesn't actually know where the com server is, and basically the com server is the server which you pay, the company you pay to be able to get something like google.com to get that domain name. Now the root server doesn't know where the com server is, and so it says, I don't know where google.com is, but I do know where com server is. And so basically it will send you from the root server to the com server, and then at the com server yet again it will ask, so your computer will ask, do you know where Facebook is? And or Google, I mean, and it'll say, I don't know where Google is. I don't know the IP address to Google. And then it will say, but I do know where you can find Facebook, and it will send you to the Facebook bit, and then Facebook will finally actually know the IP address. Or I keep on going over to Facebook. I mean Google. Google works the same for Facebook as well, but Google will then know the IP address of its server. So now we know how that bit works. How do you go to a website? Well, when you type it in, it will go to the root, to the com, and then to Facebook, and it does it in the blink of an eye. Basically, it's really fast at working and that lot. And so, let's say you're sending an email to someone. How does that work? Well, when you send an email, you firstly go to that website, like gmail.com, something like that, and then you type the email, and when you send it, it will send it through a specific port, like an SMTP port, where it can then reach the other server through the same manner as going to a website, and it will then put it in their inbox. The server does all the work and stuff like that. So we know how DNS and stuff works. What else is there to cover? Let me just think. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go through how how the internet, the physical side to the internet actually works as well. As yourself in a home, you buy a router. I've already spoke about how the router works and all that lots. I'm not going to go through that again, otherwise I'll be repeating myself. But when you buy a router, the ISP company, as I said before, is the company you pay to get internet to that router. So that ISP company will actually assign you a public IP address. A public IP address is the IP address which let's say for Facebook's IP address will be what the DNS sends Facebook to. So when you go to facebook.com, the DNS server will send you to Facebook's IP address. Now same for your router, but your router doesn't have a domain name yet, so you can't put in a URL and then get to that IP address. You would have to actually pay for the domain name, and I ain't going to go through that and that lot. But so this public IP address is assigned to every single router in the world, and there's various different ISP companies out there and what lot. I use Sky personally. You guys might use BT or TalkTalk, ISP companies for your internet. I have no idea what yours is though, so yeah. But that IP address, when assigned to your router, allows other people to access your home stuff remotely. Obviously it's more secure than that. I can't just go to your IP address and be able to fiddle around with your computers and your router settings and whatnot. It doesn't work like that. You need passwords, usernames, and also it'd be virtually impossible to take billions of years to work out what your public IP address is, unless you clicked on something which gave it to me or something. But it's very hard to get into your router and computers without even setting it up as well in your local network. But I've just gone off track a bit, but yeah. So as I said, there's different ISP companies, and all of these ISP companies have to be linked up and stuff like that. And so they are all linked up, and that's why it's called a web, because it's a bit like a web. Every single computer connected to the internet in the world is all connected up to one, all connected up to each other. So my computer over there is connected to one over there, and this computer can connect to your computer all the way on the other side of the world because it's connected to the internet. And this can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, because it depends how you use it. If you use it to hack, then in a bad way, then it can be a bad thing, but let's say you had a problem with your computer all the way in America, and you knew me as a friend and you wanted me to fix your computer. I could sit on my laptop and then log into your computer at your home in America from the UK, and then like fix it for you from here. So it can be a good thing if used properly. But I'm going to go into the DNS bit, the public DNS bit. Now, as I said, you have a DNS server at your home, but you also have a public DNS server, and that's for when you go to websites and stuff like that. Now, the public DNS server is the most important bit, because without it, as I said, the whole internet would collapse, it wouldn't work. And it basically is like an address book. That's the best way to describe it. Pretend the name is the URL, so facebook.com, and pretend the address, so like any address which is in the address book, is next to that name is the IP address. And so when you go to the facebook.com, it sends you to the IP address. Obviously a bit more advanced than that, but still. And so this makes things a lot easier, because not everyone can remember an IP address and all that lot. But yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. I'm just pulling this off the top of my head, because I didn't really make a script. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly look at what other things, because I did make a list of things which I need to talk about. I'm probably gonna end up cutting this out. Okay, so that took a while, even though I cut it out for you guys. But I've covered most of the stuff. There's one more thing, and that is, I'm going to quickly go into how proxy servers work. You guys might know what proxy servers are, and VPNs and stuff like that. Basically what they are is a way to hide yourself on the internet, and that's because you connect to someone's server, and that server then connects to whatever server you want to connect to, and that way when you look back at it, all what the person can see on the other end is the VPN server, and so that like hides your computer. It does not show your computer address and stuff like that. So yeah, that's mostly it about how the internet works. There is a lot more details I could explain, but I do not have enough time really without making this thing 6 hours long. So yeah, I'm going to start doing more of these videos and stuff. I'm going to start using the studio downstairs as well to I'm going to start making some news videos. So I'm going to have News Tuesday, where I just talk about the news and do tutorials like these and all that lot, and hopefully I can start getting Joe involved in maybe some of them to do some talk shows and all sorts. I might do some interviews as well. So yeah, that's mainly it. I'm also going to be doing another video after this all about DDoS, and now that I ain't going to go into in this video, because that's for another video which I'm going to be doing in a sec. So yeah, talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you have any questions, comment down below. Also don't forget to leave me some feedback about how you think about these plans and how you thought about this video and stuff like that. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, and peace out.